Hello, my dear students. Hope you all are doing well. I welcome you all for your English online class. Children, kindly follow the below mentioned instructions. Use earphone or headphone for a better learning experience. Keep a notebook and a pen handy to make notes. Read the text on the screen. Sit at a quiet place. You may pause the video till you get ready to resume or when you have to make a note of important points. My dear students, topic for today is chapter number 3.3, A Crow in the House. Let's have a quick recap of what we have learnt in our previous lecture so that everything gets recalled in our mind, and more interestingly, we will be able to understand the rest part of the lesson. Okay, so children, who were the other members of the author's family living in the same house? So the other members of the author's family living in the same house were his grandfather, his grandmother, and Aunt Mabel. What did the grandmother grumbled for Caesar? The grandmother said, "That crow will be the ruin of us." Is everything recalled in your mind? Very good. So let us read the passage and understand the rest part of our lesson. In time, Caesar learned to talk a little, as ravens sometimes do. In a cracked, throaty voice, he would sit for hours outside the window, banging on the glass with his beak and calling, "Hello, hello." He seemed to recognize the click of the gate when I came home from school and would come to the door with a hop, skip, and jump, saying, "Hello, hello." I had also taught him to sit on my arm and say, "Kiss, kiss," while he placed his head gently against my mouth. On one of Aunt Mabel's visits, Caesar alighted on her arm and cackled, "Kiss, kiss." Aunt Mabel was delighted and possibly flattered, and leaned forward for a kiss. But Caesar's attention shifted to my aunt's gleaming spectacles and thrusted at them with his beak. He knocked them off. Aunt Mabel never was a success with the pets. Pet or pest? Grandmother insisted that Caesar was a pest in spite of his engaging habits. If he had restricted his activities to our own house, it would not have been so bad. But he took to visiting neighboring houses and stealing pens and pencils, hair ribbons, combs, keys, shuttlecocks, toothbrushes, and false teeth. He was especially fond of toothbrushes and made a collection of them on top of the cupboard in my room. Most of the neighbors were represented in our house by a toothbrush. Toothbrush sales went up that year, so did grandmother's blood pressure. Caesar spied on children going into the banya's shop and often managed to snatch sweets from them as they came out. Clothes pegs fascinated him. Neighbors would return from the bazaar to find their washing lying in the mud and no sign of the pegs. These two found their way to the top of my cupboard. It was Caesar's gardening activities that finally led to disaster. He was helping himself to our neighbor's beans when a stick was flung at him, breaking his leg. I carried the unfortunate bird home, and grandfather and I washed and bandaged his leg as best we could. But it would not mend. Caesar hung his head and no longer talked. He grew weaker day by day, refusing to eat. An occasional sip of grandmother's homemade wine was all that kept him going. One morning, I found him dead on the sofa, his legs stiff in the air. Poor Caesar. His antisocial habits had led to his early end. I dug a shallow grave in the garden and buried him there, along with all the toothbrushes and clothes pegs he had taken so much trouble to collect. Okay, so we have read the entire chapter, children. So let us first understand the meaning of difficult words which was present in this passage. Raven. What is raven? A large crow with mainly black feathers. Cracked means broken. Recognize means identify something or someone. Gently with a mild or kind manner. Okay? Alighted means to land or to come down from something. Cackled means to make sharp broken noise or clucking cry. Flattered means praise and compliment someone. Leant means moving into a sloping position. Gleaming means reflecting light, shimmer and sparkle. Spectacles means a pair of glasses. Thrusting means the motion of pushing. Insisted means demand something forcefully. Engaging means charming and attractive. Restricted means to limit someone's actions or movement. Stealing means take another person's property without permission. Spied means notice or observe. Snatch means grab. Fascinated means strongly attracted and interested. Pegs means a short pin that is used for securing something in place. Disaster means a sudden accident that causes great damage or loss of life. Flung means move or push something suddenly or violently. Unfortunate means unlucky or unsuitable. Occasional means rare or irregular. Stiff means hard or firm. Shallow means depthless. Grave means tomb. So children, what is this passage all about? So my dear students, in this passage we understand that author had thought Caesar to say hello, right? And Caesar seemed to recognize the click of the gate when author came home from school. Caesar would come to the door with a hop, skip and jump, saying what? Hello, hello, right? Author had also taught him to sit on his arm and say kiss. Aunt Mabel was never a success with pets, right? Which means that pets did not like Aunt Mabel. This was probably because she too did not like them and objected to their presence in the house. So, my dear students, here the author is also clearly informing us that animals can sense it when someone dislikes them, right? So, in the next para, we get to know that grandmother was extremely annoyed by Caesar, and out of anger, she said pet or pest, which clearly says that grandma is calling Caesar a pest. She says if Caesar would have restricted his activity to our own house, things would have been better. But here, Caesar is visiting the neighbor's house and stealing their home items, that is pens, pencils, comb, keys, etc. Author says Caesar was specially fond of toothbrushes and had made a collection of them, and because of all this, grandma used to get annoyed and her blood pressure went high. Okay, children. Then Caesar used to notice and observe children going to Banya's shop, and he often managed to grab sweets from them as they came out. Clothes pegs, that is the pin, attracted him, and even these collections was found at the top of author's cupboard, right? Then in the next paragraph, we see that Caesar's gardening activities have led him to a disaster. He was helping himself to their neighbor's beans when a stick suddenly came at him, breaking his leg. Author says he himself with his grandfather took the unlucky bird home, washed his leg and bandaged him. But unfortunately it would not mend. Caesar hung his head and no longer talked. The pain was so horrible that he was not able to bear that pain. So Caesar grew weaker day by day, children, and he even refused to eat. So at the end of the lesson, author says that one morning he found Caesar dead on sofa, his legs stiff in the air. Author says that Caesar's antisocial habits had led him to his early end. Later, what did author do? Author dug a shallow. What did he do? He dug a shallow grave and buried him along with all his fascinated collections, that is toothbrushes and clothes pegs. Okay, children, did you understand what this lesson is all about, what this chapter is all about? Okay. So let us understand the grammar present in the passage. So today we learn parts of speech. So we'll see what all parts of speech was present in the passage. Spied. Spied is what? Verb. Of is preposition. Himself is a pronoun. Neighbor is a noun. Home is an adverb. Best is an adjective because it is the quality, right? But is a conjunction because it is joining two sentences. Clear, children? So let's have a quick recap of what we have learned today. So who will answer this question? Whom did Caesar spied going into a banya's shop? Very good. Everyone is raising hand. Yes, tell me. Ha. Yes. Very good. So the answer is Caesar spied on children going into the banya's shop. Very good. Now, my question to you is, how did author buried the Caesar? You tell me, beta. Yes. Mm-hmm. Very good. So, author dug a shallow grave in the garden and buried him there along with all the toothbrushes and cloth pegs. Right? Okay. So, children, let's come to the home assignment part. See, I've given you only two questions. One is antonyms and one is synonyms. What is antonyms? Opposite words. Synonyms are the similar words. Okay, so let's discuss. Question number 1. Find the antonyms of the for the following from the story. Dull, deep, frequent. Question number 2. Find the synonyms for the following from the story. Attracted, controlled, nuisance, achievement, mishap. Okay, children? So you have to write that in your English notebook. So here comes the activity part, the main objective of our lecture. What is the objective of our lecture? We all want to speak English excellently. So for that we need to practice, right? So we have adopted two policies, two activities. One is spoon feeding, that is teacher is giving you word, teacher is giving you meaning. You just need to frame sentences in your own words. Activity 2 is quite challenging, but believe you me children, once you are following this activity sincerely, you are no way far in speaking English excellently. Okay, so let's discuss the words. Spied means notice or observe. Unfortunate means unlucky or unsuitable. Stiff means hard or firm. Okay, children, anytime, any moment I may call you in the school for book correction, and I want this activity to be there in your English notebook. Clear? Okay. So children, we are done with the lecture. In our upcoming lecture we will learn scene passage. Okay. So thank you so much my dear children for your time and attention. Stay healthy, stay safe. God bless you all. Have a great day. Bye bye.